Hey, Cub, we got an issue.
What's up?
Somebody went in the freezer.
What?
Somebody went in the fucking freezer.
Gather round and let meth put you up on game. It all started 30 years ago. Compton, Long Beach, came together.
So what can we do for you?
My daughter Tara, she's missing.
And all them low-life, sewer-dwelling, backsliding ass motherfuckers who prey on the weak.
Oh, last night.
They were in for some serious trouble.
Help me find her, please.
You see, for Snoop and Dre, the best way to give back to the streets that raised them was to sanitize them shits.
Yo, what's up? It's the IcecityKing, and we finna review the Snoop Dogg Missionary album. Y'all go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, stump that subscribe button out once again, hit that bell so you know what's going on with the Ice Mob. You dig? Tap in. Leave your comment below on what you think of these top 16 tracks, so we finna go in. All right, let's.
Even the Super Bowl and Olympics was just a front.
So I just got done listening to the album again. I think this is like my third, fourth time listening to it, just so I can make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? And like I said, if it's times to where, okay, the album's not for you, trust me, I listen to albums that's not for me all the time and shit. But I might hear some bangers on there. They're like, okay, I can appreciate that. I can run with that. You know what I'm saying? That bumpity bump. You know what I'm saying? I don't see what the fuck y'all talking about on this project, bro. Like, okay, so you tell me it's just flat out trash. Like, ain't nothing on there work for you. Take them knee pads off, bro. Like, it's alright, bro. Like, me personally, like, let's go back to this Drake and Kendrick shit real quick. So before I even get to this second part, because I just gotta address this part. When they had their big ass beef or whatever, yeah, I'm not no super fan, but I appreciate what they bring to the culture. You dig what I'm saying? As a fan and as an artist, all that shit. You dig what I'm saying? So when they had their battle rap and all that shit, yeah, I was bumping songs on both sides and shit. Yeah, it might have been a little favorable because homie from the coast and shit, and you know, we stick together. That's just, we stick together like cheap rice. That's just how that's gonna go. You dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm unbiased in the face. So if he would have lost that to Drake, I would have been like, yeah, you know, you still who you is, but nigga, you took that L. But that's not gonna make me hate Drake. That's not gonna be like, oh, this nigga garbage or whatever. I've been saying this shit before the nigga even got in the beef with Kendrick Lamar. And I'm not saying he garbage, but I'm just saying, like, ain't my cup of tea. But if he would have won that battle, I would have gave him his flowers and be like, you know what? He actually did his thing and shit. I watched him body other rappers and shit I didn't think he was gonna beat. You dig what I'm saying? But he lost that. And it seemed like since he lost, motherfuckers that come around that area or super fans of that person, y'all just automatic with this hate shit because of whatever attached to a Kendrick, everything attached to Kendrick Lamar or on the West Coast or anything attached to Compton, you niggas start doing this underlying hating. And I'm not even from Compton. I'm from Oakland, California. But I'm paying attention to this shit. Y'all play it, bro. Like, how the fuck this shit go #1 on iTunes and all this other shit when y'all talking about, oh man, with the album sales? Who the fuck is buying albums today? Who the fuck is going to a store to go buy an album? Hey, man, where the rapper section at? Like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas wasn't around when albums was out. I digress. I listened to the album 3-4 times. Make sure I heard what I heard. My opinions of the songs pretty much remain. All of the features on the album did their thing. Every last one of y'all. I'm too burnt right now, so I will be blanking on names, so please excuse the kush. But just know the fuck on the track listing, I'm gonna put it on this video so y'all know. Everybody did their motherfucking thing and shit. You dig what I'm saying? I just had to get that part out because it's just like, okay, I can see the album like, yeah, I was disappointed with this album, or this album wasn't what I expected. I can respect that a little more. Or I was expecting RBX and Snoop and Daz and whatever, or just that formula. Okay, I understand that too and shit. But motherfuckers just automatic saying this shit was trash and shit before I even heard the album. I was just like, bro, what the fuck is they talking about? Like, so when I heard it, I went into it with fresh ears. Like, okay, what? I'm waiting to hear something trash, so I could be like, nah, I don't know about this beat right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, now granted, it's some shit I like more than the other shit that was presented, but none of this shit was like, to be fair, like whack. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I can listen to this shit top to bottom. How many albums can you say you listen to the top to bottom without skipping? Like, I'll wait. But going back to this ending part I want to get to is basically talking about my top 16 tracks. So we finna go into the top 16 tracks of the project. So y'all tap in. If y'all been a part of this video this long, hit that subscribe button, uppercut that like button, notify yourself with that bell. So, share the whole video. Make sure motherfuckers know about this shit. Spread that ice mob. We growing by the rapid out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? 2K25, we finna do this shit up. But as of right now, though, let's get into this top 16. Another Part of Me, number 8, featuring Sting. This nigga managed to get Sting on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, let's just break that down. In the world of hip hop, where you can get one of the greats of rock music to, you know what? Not only I'll let you sample my shit, I'm gonna get on the track with you. Like, this Snoop Dogg, we finna tear this motherfucker up. Puffy could even do that. They did that, I'll be missing you shit, Every step you take, yeah. Like, every time it gets played, every spin you get, I get paid off that motherfucker.
I'm sure Sting took a nice, huge chunk of that record for himself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All of it for the most part. The only reason I was able to see any money is because of the original lyrics on from the song that I wrote. But he probably still makes $2-3 million off of that song a year.
He was not playing with motherfuckers sampling this shit, even if he had permission. Like, if he didn't like the song of the shit that you sampling with his music, that nigga either tax your ass or just take that shit down immediately. So, like, shout out to Sting for getting on this track and, blessing, crossover fans of hip hop and in the rock music, right? But that's beside the point. The track in itself, I fuck with the beat. The beat really, like, is right there. The beat hits. Now, I like Snoop's part and I like Sting's part. It just didn't really, it's not as strong as The Last Dance to Mary Jane or Last Dance with Mary Jane. I can hear that, like, on repeat, and that shit just flows like water to me. Another Part of Me, like, I have to listen to it a few more times and shit. It's not like there's nothing wrong with the song. It's just not like, it just didn't hit the mark for me. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we keep it unbiased. We keep it 100 over here. So it's a good track, just not as strong as the rest of them. And, yeah, that's Another Part of Me. We got Shangri-La with Snoop dropping some bars off this motherfucker. The beat is crazy. All these beats is fucking crazy right off the back. You know what I'm saying? You just got, pick which one works for you, Again, stop bullshitting. So, yeah, number 2, Snoop came in rapping. He got the crazy cadence as always. Dope with the wordplay. Let us know what time he on. Let us know that, hey, I ain't come to fuck around, but at the same time, like, I'm already proven, so I ain't got nothing else to prove but just show up to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got from that song. So salute to that one right there. This right here is like that new age West Coast feel. With that classic pianoing by Dr. Dre. It meshed pretty well. It just didn't really, like, hit me as strong as the tracks I heard already. Like, she did her thing on the chorus. Snoop did his thing on the verse and shit. I'm the plug to the plug, all that shit. So I like his delivery on the track. It just wasn't as strong as the other shit I heard. It's a nice track though, like, just not as strong, that's all. This is another banger right here. Took some getting used to in the first few listens and shit, because, I heard it on IG and all these other platforms and shit like that. So I was kind of like giving a snippet of the song, and I was hearing it in pieces, so I couldn't really process the song, hearing it, in its entirety. So when I finally heard it, I was like, okay, this shit fire right here, right? And of course they had the Missionary little mini movie. That was pretty dope, and it kicks off this song on that project, so I was able to, see a visual behind it, and I was like, okay, this is definitely one of those, 360 joints in the middle of the street, going crazy. All I want to do is bang, bang, bang. Snoop came through rapping. Dre is on this track as well. They go back and forth. When they do the tag in and out, that's the style that works for them. The old school Dre, they going back and forth. They did that on this track. It was pretty dope. It was dope to see Dre come back out and, get back on the wax and shit. It's a cool track. It's not like my favorite so far. I'm anticipating to hear what the rest of them sound like. But nonetheless, this is in high regards as far as the production. It's fucking crazy. Foreplay featuring BJ the Chicago Kid. Now this one right here got a smooth, classy intro. This sample right here, nice melodic vibe. First track definitely set the tone for what you're going to hear on the rest of the project, for sure. I like the sampling of the stylistics of the people make the world go around. Of course, Snoop had to flip it. Snoop make the world go around. So it was a nice little breakthrough track to let me know what number 2 finna be about. Or, what to expect. He definitely took the Dogg father approach. So I'm expecting that, So yeah, number 1, pretty fire. Let's go on to the next one. Fire featuring Coco Shirai. So now this one right here, excuse the kush, the irony, is one of them reggae tracks, that you really gonna sit back, chill, vibe to. You gonna smoke a joint, smoke a blunt, this is one of them joints, hit a bong, you just chilling, feeling like a real Rastafari. I like the chorus. The chorus really meshed with the beat real nice, Snoop, he was, doing this thing on the beat as well. Feel like he could have dropped a little bit more energy on it, but at the same time, based off the beat and how chill it is and shit, you don't want to attack it too crazy, doing some wild shit. So he was just like flowing with it. Wasn't as strong. The production is strong, but as far as the vocal content, wasn't as strong as the other tracks that I heard before. And when I mean the previous tracks by Snoop, I mean the tracks by itself when he's rapping, and not the features. We got Pressure. This got that real dark, gritty flow. Cadence, crazy. Follow up, creeping in the midst of the night, kicking your door in, like mysterious, like suspenseful. The production for the most part on this whole project is like, it's crispy as fuck, like crispy. Like, we know what sharp is, but then it's like the approach that homie came in with, had that for real essence over the track, as far as the delivery, that super fly, 70s type flow. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's part of Snoop, his whole ordeal and shit. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with the 70s, the JD's Revenge and Superfly and shit of that nature. So this one was pretty dope right here. They all did their thing. Let's go on to the next. This right here remind me of a LA barbecue track. One of them summertime joints. Cousin, Cut and Pete. This remind me of that track right there. You just got some fire ass food on the grill, smoking up shit in the park. Everybody doing their thing, football going, little kids having their fun in the park. Motherfuckers drinking, having a good time and shit, slamming on some dominoes and shit. Probably got a little gossiping over there and shit. Probably a fight for the break, all that shit. But it's still love at the end of the day because it's all fam. But yeah, it's one of them type of tracks, Send the flick back to the homies back locked up. Like, yo, we doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, send the pick to the free world. Like, yo, we staying up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it's one of them tracks like I fuck with. Dope ass track. Snoop did his thing. The features did their thing. The beat, of course, is Dr. Dre with. You just say less. Yeah, it was a dope track. Bouncy 808s was crazy. Skyscrapers featuring Smitty and Method Man from the motherfucking Wu-Tang. Protect your motherfucking neck. He's still out here shadow boxing, coming out the slums of Shaolin, crossing game in the West Coast. Got on the track with Dre. They did their thing. Snoop came through. He a chameleon at this point. Slow flow, fast flow. For the most part, you know how to entertain. I don't know. Like I really didn't hear like nothing whack as what people been saying so far. Like I can see if people like, hey, the album is just not for me, or it's not like as good as I expect it to be. But for some of y'all to say that shit is just like a whack album, like lyrically and like beat wise, like y'all meat pulling somebody. Like pause, all that shit. Like y'all niggas got platinum knee pads on for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I went into this shit with fresh ears. Like of course it's not gonna be this. Of course it's not gonna be a rehash tag of this. Because quite frankly, if it was, and then it didn't meet the standards, you motherfuckers wouldn't be happy no way. So it's like, okay, what if he would have got Corrupt on the album? What if he would have got RBX and the Dog Pound and shit like that? If the beats was the same production, was you complaining about the beats? Happy about, like, so it would have been something niggas would have been complaining about. You know what I'm saying? But I went into this project with fresh ears, like, we see what the fuck they come outside with, right? And then you got to think about it, as far as production, Dre still got that street magic he kicked with. You know what I'm saying? But he on that Frank Sinatra shit, like mafioso, like Black Wall Street shit. Like that's I can hear it in his production. So of course that's gonna be what it is, you know. And then you got Snoop, who went from being, you know, Long Beach 20 Crip, you know, now he the dog father, the dog grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So it's like they can come from different levels of where they've been at in their career, content wise, and then make a new project and it'd be like something brand new, you know. So that's my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard a lot of motherfuckers just saying just flat out the shit trash. Like, and I'm like, damn, did you even listen to the motherfucker? I don't know. You dig what I'm saying? Because we ain't gonna even get to that shit. I'm just gonna stick to the album. Anyway, Skyscrapers. Method Man blacked the fuck out. We not even finna play around with that. Method Man blacked the fuck out. Wordplay, his scheme that he was doing, you know, I ain't gonna give it away if y'all ain't heard it. Y'all just need to tap in with the album and shit. It didn't form your opinion afterwards and shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and I'm pretty sure most of these motherfuckers saying this ain't from the coast. So who's put that out there too? You know what I'm saying? There's been whole lot of underlying animosity towards the coast since that Drake and Kendrick shit. But we ain't finna speak on that either. But nigga, I'm in the shadows looking at all this shit. But yeah, Skyscrapers, Snoop did his thing. Method Man blacked the fuck out. Smitty went in on the chorus, you know. Stylistic beat, consistent, nice bounce. Let's get to the next. We got Last Dance with Mary Jane. Oh, this shit right here featuring Tom Petty and Jelly Roll. It's a fire ass sample, you know. Since we talked about albums that this project remind me of, this right here in particular remind me of Blue Carpet Treatment, you know, between Round Here and that track Imagine. A mixture of both in my opinion. So it was pretty dope. Hearing Jelly Roll on there, you know, that was like my first time hearing them. Like, to be honest, I heard a few songs and shit, but, you know, it was more so other people doing some shit that I wasn't really into. So I ain't really stay around for that song. But hearing this right here, hearing him do his thing, I was like, okay, for sure. Shout out to Jelly Roll. He did his motherfucking thing, man. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie, this bang right here, you know, the dancing shit, you know, the fire club banger, like wordplay, like yeah, you gonna be gigging to this track right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, the sample remind me of, well, not remind me. I think it was taken from I think Knight Rider or some shit like that. Sample, fucking fire, like, and it got that bouncy groove to it. So you know what I'm saying? You gonna get up and you gonna cut a rug off this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. This was stronger than the last few tracks I just heard. You know, everything fell in the pocket with this song, so I appreciate that one. You know, him pretty much saying thank you for letting me be myself. You know, you've been yourself all these years and shit. You know, nigga, I don't give a fuck where Snoop at. This nigga be blazing up big tree. I don't give a fuck. That nigga Snoop be blowing big tree. That nigga give a fuck where he at. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I can see him saying thank you for letting me be myself. You know what I'm saying? A few years ago, he was just talking about he wanted to thank me. Not me, but, you know, he said, I want to thank me for helping me get in position, you know. Nobody will make it happen like me. So he said that shit a few years back. So he actually had some time to thank y'all, thank us, the fans, and say, you know what, y'all been rocking with me. 100. You know, ever since I heard this track, I couldn't stop just saying, I just want the paper. Gun smoke, gun smoke, gun smoke. R.P. Biggie, man. Like, R.P. the notorious B.I.G. You dig what I'm saying? That took this song to the next level. Next track, we got Guns and Smoke featuring 50 Cent and Eminem. Now, this right here is like some four-headed monster type shit. Of course, you got Dre on the boards or whatever. It got that calm 187 wordplay to it. 50 Cent blacked the fuck out. Let's go ahead and throw that out there. I ain't finna play with you. Run up on you while I bay with you. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I'll definitely do. You know what I'm saying? Like, fair game. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Eminem came in and he did his thing as well. Wasn't whack. He did his thing. I just feel like it could have been more energy behind it. Because 50 Cent set the tone with the energy. Snoop Dogg followed after it. And then Eminem just kind of like kept it calm and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then turned up towards the end. But then by that time, the song was over. Like, you know, I'm like, damn, man, you should have just had your foot on the gas the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Because he was spitting. It's just the energy wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But that's the homie right there. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we keep it unbiased over here, man. But for a track that's, you know, they got 50 Cent, they got Eminem on it. They all did their thing in their own pockets, respectfully. Got Sticky Situation. Now this right here remind me of The Wash. I'm not going to even front. Like, if you haven't seen The Wash, go check that shit out. Like, that was funny as hell, man. Especially when Dr. Dre played the cop. Man, like, oh my god, like y'all gotta go check that out. But the soundtrack is even fire, top to bottom. Like, so this track definitely sounds like that. And then when it transitions to the next beat, it really sound like that. You know, I believe the sample on the first track is I believe hearing the sample on Public Enemy shit. I gotta find the exact. I'm blanking on it right now. I'm freestyling all of this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But I believe it was sampled by Public Enemy, and then it was sampled again by Dr. Dre and Be Real for Puppet Master, and then for this track right here. But all the iterations I fuck with, like, fucking dope. So the first beat, it was just like, it was setting the tone. Like, it sounded like a Missionary track. This one right here on the first beat. Then when it transitioned to the second part, you know, sound real LA right there. Like, it very 2000, 2001 right there. And it was just dope because, you know, the features sound like they supposed to be there. You know, like the Coco, like Coco Sarai, she kind of was hitting like Truth Hurts on this project. I'm not going to front. If y'all don't know who that is, y'all go do some homework. You know what I'm saying? But the track was fire. Definitely amongst the tracks I like on the project. So yeah, let's get to the next one. The Negotiator. Now, I said something earlier about, you know, the 70s being part of, you know, Snoop aesthetic is, you know, his whole mantra, how he carries his aura. You know, you got the Crip shit going, you know, you got the 70s shit going, you know, that Southern playalistic shit going, you know, you've been around, right? So with this track, the beat got that 70s Dolomite feel to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one that came to, like, I ain't finna go into that shit. I don't want to fuck that. I'm not gonna dare fuck up those words, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Dolomite. But yeah, it was one of them tracks right there that made me feel like, okay, bet. Nice track to close out the project with, you know? And then we're going back into the 808s because, you know, that's what's carrying this track all the way from beginning to end. Yeah, this whole sampling, the whole aesthetic of how it's set up, you know, it's very unorthodox, you know. We got Now or Never featuring BJ, the Chicago kid. Oh, man. Talk about musical elevation. This is definitely one of those. We got the classic setting to it. BJ smoked it on the chorus, did his thing. Dr. Dre smoked out Snoop, he did his thing. He know how to do the rapping shit, then melodize and bring the harmonies in there and shit. This is definitely a track that sounds like it should be on the album, like dead ass. I remember he was talking about he had like the tracks that's not gonna make it and the tracks that is gonna make it, and two different piles. And hearing this is definitely in the pocket of those that was gonna make it, like dead ass. Like the beat is fucking crispy, got that classy elevation to it. Everybody did their thing on this track. You know, it sound like music. And one thing I noticed for most of this project, besides a few songs, Dre did not abuse the motherfucking 808s. So it felt refreshing for a minute to actually hear a song and my eardrums ain't taking a beating, but they still getting good music presented to them. So it was like, okay, that was dope. Because some tracks still got that, you know, that bump to it, you know, that bang. But some tracks, it sound like that hip-hop floetry shit. And it's like serenading to the ears, man. Like, you just gotta understand music. I can't really break it down to you, you know what I'm saying? If you got your own taste in music, you know, be down. But if you have an open mind and shit, you know, if you like good sounds and good production, even if, you know, it might not be your favorite rapper per se, but if a person can make a good rap song because they understand the process of it, you gotta give kudos where it belongs at. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like besides this album being out, y'all was gonna hate on Snoop anyway. Like, half y'all don't really like Snoop. And again, I get that too. But be unbiased, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, give credit when this motherfucking due. So yeah, Now or Never. Dope ass track. Hard Knocks. And I ain't gonna lie, it's like, this beat cold as fuck right here. I ain't gonna lie, like, when I played this shit, I had to throw it on repeat like a few times just to be like, man, this shit. Like, first of all, like, the first beat, because there's two beats in this motherfucker, and the transition to get to the next beat, like some unreleased Deathrow shit, you know, with the newer nuances in the production and shit like that. But, you know, it got that Dogfather, ego tripping, Malice in Wonderland feel on this track, you know what I'm saying? So that was pretty dope to me. This is a banger right here. Like, dead ass banger, like, crazy, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the feature on it was crazy. They did their thing. He was barring shit with this right here. So, yeah, that's enough said on that track. So, yeah, that's pretty much the top 16 tracks off Snoop Dogg Missionary album.
Ain't no question who run the town when the desperados step in the club, move around. Hibernation.